Alright, good evening, folks. Almost 9:30. We're going to go over the New York City election unofficial results at the moment. These are our first look to see who is leading in the races right now for a bunch of public offices: mayor, public advocate, city controller, borough president. A lot we're going to get into, so I figured let's just start off with the Republicans. Right now, let's go to mayor. Currently, right now, it looks like Curtis Lewa is going to win. This is unofficial at the moment. We're just waiting to hear from official sources at the moment. So far, none of my news apps have confirmed Curtis Lewa the winner, but it looks like if all goes well later this evening, especially because only 1% of the scanners are coming in, it looks like Curtis Lewa is going to hold on at the moment, but we'll see what happens with the numbers. Just changed a little bit. Fernando may have gained a little lead just now, but we'll see what happens. Borough President, a late development in the Queensborough President's race. Daniel Mayo dropped out last minute, so therefore the Republican nominee for Queensborough President will be Thomas Smake. Now, moving on to Staten Island Borough President. It's a very neck-and-neck race for Borough President right now, as Steve Mateo, City Councilman, is leading only by 2 points. Vito Vasella, who got an endorsement from former President Donald Trump, 40.83% of the vote. So it's a 2% lead right now as we speak. Let's go to the updates for City Council. Right now, we have a bunch of races to look into Queens, but our main focus tonight will be the contested 50th District in Staten Island, where right now it is a very, very close race. We had 5 candidates in the 50th District. This was the most contested election with the ranked choice. And it looks like David Carr has a slim lead over opponents Sam Pizzolo and Marco Kepi. So this is still up in the air at the moment. We're now going to focus on a couple races in Queens. First up, in the 23rd District, it looks like at the moment, 18-year-old college student Alex Amoroso is going to lose his primary against much older gentleman James Riley. So it looks like Alex Amoroso is done. And I will mention I have a mutual friend of Alex, and there's a little bit of a personal disappointment for me tonight, but that's what happens most cases. Sometimes you just can't win them all. In the 24th District, Timothy Rosen, private citizen who lives in Flushing, will hold on at the moment. This is very close right now, but he has a slim lead at the moment. Now, things could change later tonight. There is a possibility that Alex Amoroso could gain some ground, but at the moment, it's not looking good for him right now in that district. In the 19th District, it looks like it is a little bit neck and neck at the moment between John Alexander Salakos and Vicky Palladino. Now, in this race, it's gotten a lot of heated headlines as John Salakos has been denounced by the Young Republican Club for very abrasive behavior towards his opponent, Vicky Palladino. If you do not remember Vicky Palladino, she was the state Senate candidate for District 11 back in 2018. So, this is still unofficial. It still has to be counted, but it could go either way tonight. Now, this would be a huge disappointment for Vicky Palladino should she lose this race, because she is not under any third party. So, unlike Alexander Salakos, he actually has the Conservative Party nomination, and he's also seeking tonight. I forget where this is. But in the 15th, we have Ariel Rivera Diaz holding on the 15th. So I will bring that up. So now we're going to move on to the Democrats. Let's move on to our early results for mayor. So currently right now, Eric Adams is holding a 28.48 lead. So this is going to be very interesting to see what happens. Very interesting, because we're not going to have a winner tonight in the Democrat field. That's a guarantee. That's going to take weeks to figure out. We may not know the winner until July with the ranked choice. So stay tuned to this channel as I will be giving updates regarding anything that comes out weekly. We're supposed to get weekly updates beginning next Tuesday, but we'll see what happens on that end. As far as leading candidates are concerned, we have Eric Adams with a 5-point lead over Catherine Garcia. Eric Adams, the current Brooklyn Borough President. Catherine Garcia, the former Sanitation Commissioner under Bill de Blasio. Maya Wiley, former Bill de Blasio staffer. And Andrew Yang, the 2020 U.S. presidential candidate. So, looks like the top three are going to be Adams, Garcia, and Wiley, who make it into the later rounds of the ranked choice. But polls have been suggesting in the past week that it could be a neck-and-neck between Eric Adams and Catherine Garcia. Now, the important thing about this, it would mean a centrist candidate, Adams and Garcia, two of them, would be neck-and-neck. The progressive candidate, Maya Wiley, and the other progressive candidate, Andrew Yang, I would see the more progressive candidate, Wiley, over here. So that would depend on that situation. Public advocate. It looks like Humani Williams is going to hold on. We don't know if there will be a Republican challenger, but it looks like Humani Williams will get another term as public advocate at the moment. So now we're going to move on to the contested race for controller. And in a surprise move, Brad Lander, the former city councilman, has a 10-point lead over the Speaker of the City Council, Corey Johnson. Michelle Caruso Cabrera, 12%. Now, the candidate I've been keeping an eye on is former State Assemblyman David Reprin. So he only has 6% of the votes. That's very interesting. Now we're going to move on to the last race for now, and that is Borough President. Let's take a look and see how Borough President's doing in Manhattan, which is a very contested race. So right now, it is neck and neck between Mark Levine and Brad Hoylman. So Brad Hoylman, the state senator, has a slim lead over Mark Levine at the moment. For a very surprising move, we did not see Lindsey Boylan make a last-minute push, but she's been falling behind in the polls. Bronx Borough President. This is very important because in the Bronx, you have Ruben Diaz Jr. is leaving, correct. Ruben Diaz Sr. is leaving the council. Okay, now I'm adding it all up. So Vanessa Gibson may be holding on. And that is very surprising because the Bronx is heavily Latino and you would think that a person of color would not have a chance in the Bronx, but it seems there could be a political upset tonight. Yeah, and somebody could get over 50%. That could be interesting. Brooklyn's pretty competitive right now. Not going to follow up on that. In Staten Island, Mark Murphy is holding on. And then we'll just move on to the city council for the Democrats. Earlier, we saw that Don Richards was losing, but Elizabeth Crowley has fallen behind this evening. So now we're just going to move on to city council. So now we're going to move on at the moment to the city council for the Democrats. I forgot about that one. So let's see if we can find it. Member of the city council. There we go. So we want to look for the, I think it was the 6th district, if I am correct. Yes, okay, here we go. So Manhattan Borough President Gail Brewer is going to hold on. And it sounds like in November she will face Curtis Sliwa's wife, Nancy Sliwa, who was guaranteed the Republican nomination because Nancy was not primary challenged. Nancy was just about to file paperwork at the City Campaign Finance Board. As you know, her husband Curtis, it looks like he's going to be the Republican nominee at the moment. So now we're going to move on to the 19th district. Tony Avila, former city councilman, looks like he has a slim lead over Richard Lee, but Avila was the heavily favored person to win tonight. Looks like it's a little bit early to project that, but slim lead for Tony Avila. That's the main thing. And the last two races I want to quickly take a look at are 23 and 24. So at the moment, Linda Lee, who has been established by many of the centrist Democrats, has a 3-point lead over socialist candidate Chaslyn Kerr. So that is still to be determined. But in the 24th district, if everything holds right now, it sounds like James Gennaro is going to take on Tim Rosen in the general election come November. So we're still waiting to hear more results later tonight. Once again, these are just the unofficial results. We're still going to wait to hear any other word regarding anything else tonight. But I am still surprised about borough president. I did not think that Daniel Mayo would drop out, but surprisingly, he has. Which is surprising, but hey, things can happen in the political field, and always happens. So again, nobody has been projected to win right now. We know that Diana Morales is going to drop out at any moment. We're waiting to hear word from that. But I'll keep you posted if I hear anything else. I will closely be monitoring the results. And let's just check one more thing, right? The conservative. So Alexander Salakos is holding on at the moment. Yeah, as expected. But again, we'll see how that goes with the Republicans in the 19th. So thank you all for watching, and if I hear anything else, I'll keep you posted.